Hey, Sammy, are you there? How have you been? I just wanted to let you know that I'm back from that long business trip that I was on.
Oh, wow, Aunt Tracy! It's been forever since I've heard from you. I was already doing okay, but now I'm doing much better knowing that you're back in town. This is so exciting. I'm so happy that you're back.
Well, I am very happy to be back, but since it's been so long since I went away, you and I should find some time to meet and catch up. I know that I just missed your birthday, so why don't you pick a place to go out to, and it will be my treat.
Really? You mean it? Okay, thank you so much. I'll be thinking of something that we both like and then let you know when I've made up my mind. I have so much to tell you. Lately, I've been really getting into hip-hop dance, and I've actually gotten pretty good, if I do say so myself. Maybe I can even show you some of my moves when you come over?
Well, that certainly does give me ideas for what presents I could get you, that's for sure.
You mean it? You're the best aunt ever. Thank you so much.
Of course, anything for my favorite niece. Maybe I can just take you to the shopping mall after our meal together?
But I'm your only niece, and I would really like that.
Speaking of that, what has that brother of mine been up to lately? Has he been doing well?
You want to know about Dad? Dad is good. He and Mom are talking about something right now. I don't really know what. So I'm just in my room playing by myself is all.
Oh, well, I hope it's not a serious talk. Is everything okay at home?
Well, I said they were talking, but really it's just Mom telling him that he needs to get his life together.
I see. Well, I'm very sorry that you're having to hear all of that at home, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, Mom is really mad. I have my headphones in, but I can still hear her. Still, at least they're not both yelling at each other like they were before.
Sammy, are you okay? You're not feeling sad or hurt or lonely when they get like this, are you?
No, I'm totally fine. Thanks for asking. I know that adults have a lot of problems and aren't very good at talking about them.
Well, that's a very wise thing for you to notice at only 10 years old.
I guess. I just read a lot of books, and it seems like adults never know how to talk in a way that actually gets their ideas across. But I don't think it's just grown-ups. Maybe it's something to do with having a boyfriend or girlfriend. I've heard friends as older siblings talking about this kind of stuff before, too.
Well, I think that you're on the right track to grow up into a mature, smart young lady. But do you think that your mom and dad have been getting into fights even more than usual?
Maybe? I guess. I don't know. This time Mom is really mad, but sometimes it's Dad who gets really mad and Mom who gets yelled at. Oh, yeah! I almost forgot to tell you, Aunt Tracy. Last week I baked a cake all by myself. It turned out really good.
Well, that's amazing. I'm so happy that you were able to do that. Maybe one day you and I can do some baking together.
I would love that. We could find a really fancy recipe and spend all day just you and I.
I would really like that, Sammy. But don't you ever do any cooking with your parents? I know that your dad is a good cook.
Yeah, I guess, but lately whenever it's Dad's turn to cook, he just always has some food delivered to the house. Don't you think that's kind of like cheating when it's your turn?
Well then, I guess your family's lucky that they have another good cook. You. There to actually make them something good, right?
Yeah, I think my dad just doesn't really like having to cook at all, really.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you really could handle making a whole meal by yourself. You'd really just have to be extra careful around the fire and knives, but I'm sure you'd do well.
Yeah, I know how to cut. You have to make your hand into a little kitty paw while you do it. That's what I learned. But my parents said that I can't use the stove or knives while I'm home alone.
Well, I think I kind of have to agree with your parents on that one. It's good to be safe. But anyways, I'll tell your mom about our little lunch date and try to schedule it for this weekend.
Great! I can't wait. I'll see you then, Aunt Tracy.
Hey, George, do you have a minute to talk? Because I am really getting sick of this.
Oh, hey, sis. Sorry. What is it that you're talking about?
I am talking about all the things that your wife told me, like about how you never ever help her keep the house clean. And even Sammy was telling me that you're always getting out of cooking when it's your turn.
Oh my gosh, are you really coming after me for that?
I'm just doing things my way. It's not like anyone's getting hurt. And don't even get me started on my wife. She's crazy. I think she might be going through menopause or something like that.
George, don't you think that maybe you're forgetting yourself just a little? I mean, your wife is the one making all the money between the two of you, right? So aren't you basically living off of her salary?
What is that supposed to mean? I have a job. I earn money.
Yes, you do work and you do earn money, but you can't exactly say that you really put that money back towards your family. And now it seems like you're leaving your wife all alone to take care of everything by herself. Aren't you worried that she's going to leave you if you keep acting this way? Is that what you want to happen?
Of course not. But I'm just working really hard on other projects. I have a lot going on, that's all.
And you don't think your wife does either? The least you could do is help her out, right? Instead of wait for her to get home before anything gets done around the house.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just don't have the time for that. I'm busy all day. I'm not just some house husband.
Okay then, if you're really so busy with work, why do you still find time to go out in the afternoons?
What are you talking about? I just work from home all day. Even now. I'm still working.
Oh, really? Because I actually just so happened to drive by your house and saw that the car wasn't in the driveway.
Oh, that? Well, yeah. I just stepped out to get some dinner is all.
So you're telling me that if I drive by your house again, that the car is going to be back in the driveway?
Well, I still haven't gotten back home is the thing.
There, you're lying. I knew that you were out messing around. Don't you know that Sammy is going to be back from school soon? Get back home right this instant, George!
Right. I guess I better be heading back about now then.
Honestly, if you're not going to do anything around the house, then you could at least spend some time with your daughter.
But she's already 10 years old. What would a kid that age want to play with her dad for?
What are you talking about? Of course she still wants to play with you. She's always talking about how you're never home and how you leave her alone. You need to be there for her.
I'm a father. Of course I want to be there for her.
Well, then why don't you just go back home and play with her until Lucy comes back? Because if you think she doesn't want to play with you now, then you should just wait until she starts middle school. Just try and make the most of the time that you have with her. It'll be gone before you know it.
Well, I did actually tell her that I was gonna take her somewhere for summer break.
Did you really tell her that?
Of course I did. You think I'm lying? And just why am I having these conversations with you anyways? You're not Mom. You don't get to talk to me like this.
I'm not trying to be Mom, but you're my brother and I want to make sure you're doing okay. But if you must know, even Mom and Dad are nervous for you, but Lucy is a good, sweet woman and you need to treat her right.
You think she's sweet? Shows what you know. She's not like that at all.
Yes, I know there are times when she gets angry at you, but have you tried listening to what she says when she gets like that? Also, here's a tip. Maybe ask Sammy if she wants to bake anything. I'm sure you'll get her to go along with you if it's that.
Right, bake. Then maybe this summer I can send her to a baking class.
You want to send her to baking class for the summer? George, don't you think it would be better to do this while her interest is there? Why put it off till then when that's what she wants to do now?
Also, could you maybe not tell Mom and Dad about how mad Lucy gets at me?
If you really don't want me to, then you need to straighten up, because she is your wife and you two have a kid together. You can't keep living like this. Hey, Sammy, were you calling me just now? Sorry, I was in a meeting and I couldn't pick up. Are you okay? What's the matter?
Aunt Tracy, you have to come here and help me right now. I'm lost and I'm scared.
What are you talking about? What happened? Where are you?
Please, I'm almost out of the water and I don't know the way home.
You don't know the way home? Sammy, please tell me where you are right now.
I'm in the mountains and it's really dark and scary.
You're up in the mountains? What in the world are you doing up there?
Well, Dad said that he wanted to take me camping up here.
So then your dad is there with you too? Can you put him on the phone, please?
Well, he said that he had something to do, and then Dad left me here alone.
But why would he do that? That's ridiculous. Have you tried calling your mom?
No, you can't tell my mom about this. Dad said that she would get really mad if she found out. Dad told me he would be back tonight to pick me up and to wait here, but he said that I wasn't allowed to tell Mom. So please don't tell her about this.
Sammy, you poor girl. You've already been through so much.
Please, Aunt Tracy, you can't tell Mom, or else Dad said that means I won't be allowed to see you ever again.
Okay, well, first, let's concentrate on getting you out of there. Do you have the Maps app on your phone?
Yeah, I have that one.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how to send me your location, and then I'm going to go and pick you up. Can you wait there for me?
I'm so sorry to make you do this for me, Aunt Tracy.
No, Sammy, if anyone should be sorry here, it's me.
What do you mean? Why should you be sorry?
Because, well, let's just talk about this later. First, let me tell you how to send those directions to me.
Hey Tracy, are you there? I'm really sorry, but there's something I gotta talk to you about.
What is it? What do you want now?
Please don't get mad at me, but I need to ask you something important. The thing is, I took Sammy out to go camping and, well, I just came back and she's not here, and she's not picking up her phone either. I still haven't told Lucy about this, but it's bad, right? Do you think I should call the cops?
Do you even realize what a moron you are?
You think I don't know I'm stupid? But now I really don't know what to do at all. Do you think you could just meet me here and help me look around for her?
Well, when did she go missing? Do you know that?
Not really, no.
And why don't you know something like that?
Well, the thing is, I fell asleep and then I woke up. She was just gone. But I only dozed off for maybe about 30 minutes at most.
You really are just horrible. You know that, right?
Tracy, please. You don't have the time for this. We have to worry about finding Sammy first. Could you just help me with this and nag at me later?
If you must know, Sammy is already back with her mom.
Wait,
Sammy's back with Lucy?
Do you have any idea just how hot it was today? There were stories of heat stroke all over the news. And you just abandoned your daughter on top of a mountain for hours in that heat? Sammy had to be taken to the ER. By the time I reached her, she was drenched in sweat and delirious.
wait, I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You don't realize what you've done. What did you expect to happen from leaving a little girl alone like that? And to think that you only left her with one of those mini plastic water bottles, too. No wonder she was so dehydrated.
But then, does that mean Lucy knows all about this?
You were really more worried about your wife finding out than your child getting heat stroke?
No, of course not. How's Sammy? Is she okay?
She was fine after I took her to the ER and they gave her some fluids, but they want to keep her there overnight. And Lucy is there with her.
I see. I had no idea that any of this had happened.
Well, here's something else. Lucy wants a divorce.
Hold on a second. She can't be serious, right? Just over this? Besides, I only had to leave because I had a last-minute meeting with an important client. I just had to make sure we met that day.
Well, I heard from Sammy that you disappeared sometime in the afternoon, and you never came back. What dragged out the meeting?
Right, well, I tried to get out of it, of course, but the guy just wanted to keep talking and talking.
And you think that's an excuse for what you've done? Even if you did actually intend to camp with Sammy, why didn't you call out of work? And even if you couldn't, then why couldn't you have dropped Sammy off at home before going to your meeting?
Well, I really did think that I was going to come right back.
You're a liar. I've had enough of you. You've just been making up excuse after excuse to try and dodge any blame for this.
No, I really do think that what I did was wrong. I'm not lying about that.
Well, Lucy already knows about the affair as well.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
You really are stupid. Do you know that? How can you even live with yourself? You left Sammy all alone in the mountains just so that you could see this other woman of yours. All that business meeting nonsense was just a flimsy alibi you thought people would actually fall for. And that's why you told Sammy not to tell anyone, especially her mom, about you leaving her. You even threatened her by using me?
But do you even have any proof of this so-called affair? How can you just believe whatever Lucy tells you like that?
Because Lucy hired a PI to follow you, and they have all the proof they need to prove it's true.
Oh no, this is bad.
Well, don't try apologizing all at once. Not that it will do you any good. You're still going to get divorced. Lucy wants your things out of the house by the end of the week, and she never wants to see you again.
But I didn't mean for it to go like this. I thought we could have made this work. How did it come to this?
That's a conversation that you should have had with your wife a long time ago. But more than your mental problems, I can't believe you would do that to your own daughter.
Please, I don't want to get divorced. This isn't fair.
What isn't fair is how you left Sammy like that and threatened her not to tell anyone what you had done. You told her that her mom would get mad, that she'd never see me again, and then you just left her. All so that you could leave to go cheat on your wife. You're terrible.
You're right. I never should have been doing any of that.
And that's to say nothing of the way that you've been treating Lucy up till now. I want you to know that you and I are no longer family, George.
Please, she can't do this to me. My business is going to take off any day now. They're at the ER, you said? I'll go and talk to them about this right now.
Do you know how many ERs there are in this city? But I'm not going to tell you where they are.
Please, Tracy, you have to do this for me. This is my life we're talking about. I'm gonna lose everything.
I don't want to hear it from you. We are not family anymore, remember? After that, George and Lucy got a divorce. Of course, George cried the whole way through it, but when he realized that he had no one backing him up, he quieted down and agreed to it. He was forced to pay Lucy a huge amount of money in the divorce settlement for his affair and endangerment of their child. Then he was made to pay child support after that. George was left penniless and forced to move into a shoebox apartment, working multiple jobs to pay back for all that he's done. And strangely enough, he's a much better father now than he ever was before.